Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. At the moment, I'm running a little bit out of time, so I'll keep it short in this one. The next one will be a longer video in which I talk about the different scenarios. And I also had a few questions in the comments that I will address in the next video. So yeah, at the moment, it's really just a quick update. Price hasn't really moved. I'm still looking here at the option of this being a fourth wave currently, which is unfolding. And with one more low. Well, at least one more low I would expect at the moment. If we, however, break above, let me just double check that. Yeah, let me just pick that, because we've got the fibs here, the retracements. If we break above 27,870, then we need to consider a low might be in. That's the very first early indication. At the moment, I don't see any of that. At the moment, for me, primary expectation would be down. Now, again, you know how quickly things can change on crypto charts. But if we talk about probabilities and where is support sitting, it would be likely to see one more low, right? At least, especially as long as we stay below 27,870. So that's the resistance level that will keep downside momentum going and downside pressure. Above that level, that downside pressure will reduce. Above 28,230, which is the wave 2 high here of the Sunday high, we have to consider a low is in. Yeah, there are still possibilities to still come down, but it would increase probabilities significantly that a low is in. For now, because we haven't triggered any of these levels, the expectation is further downside in line with both counts. So we've got the blue count where this was an Elliott Wave triangle here, and we broke as expected to the downside. Looks a bit like a bear flag, a bit long for a bear flag, so I don't really like these terms anyway. Yeah, you could call it a rectangle pattern, right? I'm looking at this as a so-called ending diagonal, or at least some kind of a diagonal pattern in Elliott Wave. Let me move the blue count aside. That's what I at the moment go with primarily, because it makes most sense for me. So that we topped here in a B wave on Thursday. That was 28,870. Since then, we moved down in a wave 1, moved up in a wave 2. This here was a third wave down. This is a fourth wave and one more low to come in 5 into the orange box. Now, I wouldn't be too, I wouldn't try to be too academic about it, right? Don't worry about, one more low or not. What is really relevant are the support areas, in my opinion, and the price structure. While we analyze it, it could get one more low, it could get two more lows. If this is a diagonal pattern, then we need to understand that price structures are rather unreliable, because you deal with corrective, messy, unreliable ABC structures in an ending diagonal. In a typical impulse, impulses make life easy for analysts, yeah, because we have very clear structures that adhere very nicely to Fibonacci retracement and extension targets. But if we deal with subwaves that are ABC structures, it's getting messy. And I'm starting to think, right, this C wave, which I consider the ending diagonal, I mean, that can unfold as I showed you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it could also be that this third wave isn't even finished, and that we are currently doing something like this is a B wave triangle maybe, in a wave 3, and then we get a C wave down in 3. So that would make wave 3 a little bit longer. Okay, so I'm just saying, because we haven't really seen a strong reaction in the fourth, it just moves sideways. Possible, but either way, it doesn't make a difference really. I'm just showing you here options on the lower time frame. Either way, the trend is still down against those resistances that I showed you, right? And we just need to be watching how does the market, how does the chart react to the next low that we're going to make, okay? So this is sort of the, let's call it short-term less bearish count, where we make basically one more low, okay, maybe two, but we're holding probably the orange support area and could then rally in a third wave. But then we also have the count where I'm counting the sideways action here as an Elliott Wave triangle, basically as a B wave triangle, and we broke down as anticipated, and we would just do something like that. It's a little bit different, that count. It just means, or it just indicates that we came down in a wave 1 yesterday. This here is a wave 2, And that indicates we're still very early in this decline. It can just take us down lower. So if you now say, okay, but how do I know which one is going to play out? Well, you never know. That's the thing. If we knew in financial markets, it would be easy, but nobody knows. It's probabilities. So they show us roadmaps, and they show us where we need to be watching. Which levels do we need to be watching? What are the support areas? And zooming out, I've got these two fib zones in which we should see a reaction. Now, if you then zoom in, as we've just done it, you can specify that a bit further. And we've got these key fib levels, obviously, that needs to be watched. 26,275, 25,724, 24,940. That's one box. If we drop below that one, we still have the fallback scenario, 24,120, 23,060, and 21,550. Going below 21,550, though, would indicate that we need to really revise our larger pattern here. But until that happens, the trend is overall up. Just a short-term trend is down because it's a pullback in an overall uptrend. Yeah. So I would never, I show you these subwave counts because a lot of people want to know, right? And sort of what could happen, or what should happen really. Because I don't show you what could happen, I show you what should happen. Because really anything can happen. But I show you the 1 or 2 likely counts on the lower time frame, so you know basically what the odds are for continuation, in which direction it should continue to go. And I show you the levels that needs to be crossed for me to change my view. So I think I did that in this video. But yeah, I mean, let's just see how we react to the next low. And then we probably get further clarity about where the direction is going. But for now, I see no indication it has bottomed. So for me, it's still further focus on the downside. The key levels should be clear, relevant invalidation points. The boxes are basically the invalidation points. If we go below the orange box, it's basically, it's not absolutely invalidation, but it basically shifts the probabilities towards all of this was a wave 1, the entire move up, and then we come down in a larger wave 2 instead of the 1-2-1-2 setup that I still have on the chart we talked about in previous videos, 1-2-1-2. Yeah, so that's where we are. Again, next video will be a bit longer. I will take a bit of time and talk about the different options, strategies, and so on. But for now, that should be it. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.